Well, I had a eureka moment when I was cleaning this thing after the last video. I may have found the problem. I can't believe that I didn't see this to begin with. For some reason, I just overlooked it. But as I was cleaning, I'm not sure how well the camera's going to pick it up. If you look right here, this section right there, the firing pin is striking the face of the chamber. We don't want that. That's not good. It'll do two things. It'll damage the firing pin. It'll also damage the face of the chamber, as well as cause a problem with ignition, which I think that's what we're seeing. I can't believe I missed it, but I did. So we'll chase our tail back and see what we got. Here's a firing pin, if I can get it in front of the camera for you. This section right here stands up higher than the actual impact surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this back. I'm going to cut it back on the factory pin, and I'm going to cut it back on the ZR Industries pin, ZR Tactical Solutions. We're going to cut that back and see if that's our problem. If that's our problem, then that's great. We got it fixed. If it's not, we're going to have to keep pecking at it. Everything else I did to the other firing pin isn't going to hurt it, but it would have been nice if I'd have picked up on this quicker, because this was a lot less work. Hopefully this is what's going to get us to where we need to be. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the +4 followers out of the magazines and put the factory 10 round followers back in the magazines, because I think I'm getting a little bit of unreliability, especially when you get down to the last 3 or 4 rounds, because your spring is just stretched out too far. So we're going to go back to stock on the magazines, and we're going to file these down and repolish them and all that, get everything to where it's not slamming together. We'll see if that fixes it. If that fixes it, that'll be awesome. Gila Super Extra 40 grain copper plate. Federal 40 grain auto match. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're done with the GSG 1911-22. Boy, has it been an adventure. This is what I had to do. For accuracy, new sights, a new barrel bushing, a new barrel extension with a custom cut forcing cone to center the barrel underneath the slide. Therefore, your sights will align to the same place on every cycle. For reliability, we got a new guide rod, new recoil spring, new buffer, new firing pin extended. Now that extended firing pin is not extended on the striking end. It is extended on the impact end, on the hammer end of the firing pin, where the hammer comes in and hits it. That's where it's extended. Alright. Now I had to modify some of these new parts. I lightened the firing pin up. Y'all saw that on the previous video. I decreased the striking surface area, which means I narrowed the impact area of the firing pin. That gives it a little more energy, I guess you want to say it, put it that way. I softened all the corners on the firing pin because they were kind of sharp, really sharp corners. I cut back the upper half of the firing pin on the primer striking end. The bottom half is what strikes the primer. The top half, I'm not even sure why it's designed like it is, but it was impacting the face of the chamber face. So the top half of the firing pin, I cut it back and smoothed it out and repolished it. I think I cut it back about 0.08 of an inch. Kind of hard to measure that with what I have here at the house, but my best guesstimate using the tools that I have, I think it was about 0.08 of an inch. The recoil spring, the new one. The gun was not completely going back in the battery. I mean, it was just missing going all the way home by about 2 millimeters at the most, average probably 1 millimeter. I stretched the new recoil spring by a 1/2 inch. I do not like doing that stuff because that's just not the proper way to do it. I am going to look for a custom made spring to mimic what I've created by stretching that. After doing that, it went back in the battery just fine. Everything locked up. Everything was shooting just fine. My magazine reliability issues went away when I went back to the 10 round followers. The +4 followers, they were tilting and getting wedged a little bit in there. I don't like that. That's, gun can be as reliable as you want. If your magazine's not reliable, it still's not going to do you any good. So we got that. We got all the issues that I wanted to get done. Accuracy, I'll probably still work on it. I might not ever get that gun to shoot like I want to, but for right now, I can hit the target. I can hit it pretty darn close to the middle most of the time. It fires every time I pull the trigger, and it feeds every time it fires, and it ejects and extracts every time I fires. I'm happy with that. I've got sort of what I want now. I would not recommend this pistol to anyone that doesn't like to tinker with stuff or that doesn't like to sink extra money into stuff. I mean, it really, for what it is, it was not worth the extra money. It was not worth the extra work I put into it. But I was already into it for the cost of the pistol, and my emails to ATI, American Tactical Imports, I think is what it stands for. That's who actually imports this pistol. They're in Summerville, South Carolina, not far from here. My emails to them are still unanswered as we speak. It's been, what, couple 2-3 weeks I've had the gun now. So I've got a 22 pistol now, reliable. What you didn't see on camera is I fed 3 other types of manufacturers, and I did figure out that the pistol don't really like 36 grain bullets. It wants to stovepipe on 36 grain. 40 grains seemed to run okay. It ate everything I gave it except for the 36 grains. So I got a decent enough pistol. I'm happy with that. I'm not happy with how far I had to go to get that pistol. Like I said, I do not recommend it. It looks good. It's a good idea. And it's, it's 22 pistol, but you want some reliability. And generally, unless you're a custom gun builder, and I'm not a custom gun builder, I like to tinker with stuff, and I like to customize stuff, as about every guy likes to do. But really and truly, that pistol, GSG 1911, imported by ATI, is not worth the money unless you can get it for 100 bones. If you get it for 100 bones, then hey, it'd be worth it then. I've got as much money in that pistol right now as I would have put into a Browning Buckmark, which was what I originally wanted. Can't find them anywhere. They're gone. 9-month back order on them. I will get me a Buckmark. I'm getting a Buckmark. But there it is. On a nearly total rebuild on a brand new pistol, and now it finally works. We'll holler at y'all later. Y'all enjoy yourselves.